Guess who's back? You. Today, we're going to do the last installment of our top 3 tips for the day. Today, we're going to focus on pastors, leaders, ministers, or anyone who uses a microphone. Anybody. Even the old lady that does announcements. I like to work with the person high like God and that lady. I digress. Anyway, you want to learn something today? I'm ready to teach something today. Let's go. Welcome to Midweek Service provided by the Church Sound Podcast. This is our version of tech news with your host, Prentiss Thompson. Have you ever wondered, how do I mic a drum set, or what about getting audio to my live stream? We're here for you. This is tech news, new product reviews, and everything you need to know about what you need to know. Welcome to Midweek Service.
You're gonna learn today.
Welcome to another edition of the Church Sound Podcast, Midweek Service. I'm your host, Mr. Prentiss Thompson. What we do every week is provide product training, product reviews, and anything you need to know about what you need to know when it comes to providing great live sound, visual experience at your church. So today we want to talk about the top 3 tips for pastors. Top 3 tips for pastors, leaders, ministers, anyone who uses the mic. Now, we know if you've been following us over the last few weeks, we talked about ourselves, the engineers. Then we moved to the singers. Then we moved to the musicians. Today we want to talk about the leaders, anyone who uses a mic on the pulpit. So, top tip number 1. Please provide us your stage requirements. What do I mean by that? If you're at your home church, your team should know exactly what you like on stage. You like your wedges. I like my wedges hot. I don't want them on. Can you take the drums out of the wedge? All I want to hear is piano. No bass guitar. Whatever your stage requirements are, just make sure that they know that. So this way, because you need to be comfortable when you minister, right? We're trying to make sure that you're going to minister at the level without any distractions, without any annoyances, without any issues that's going to prevent you from ministering at the level that you need to, because we need to hear what you are delivering to us. So that's the first thing. All right. So provide that. If you can't sound check, then send someone who can. Especially if you're like you're ministering at another church, provide the information. It'd be great if someone showed up and say, "Listen, I'm from ministers, blah blah blah, and I just want to see how it sounds on stage. I know how he likes it." Listen, information is everything. If we can get that information before we get on for the minister gets on stage, especially for guest minister, that's great. So if we can do that, that'll be great. That's tip number 1. Tip number 2, do not call out the audio engineer from the pulpit. Hey, can you turn this down? Hey, I don't know what's going on with the audio ministry. Need to pray for them. Pray for the audio ministry because, hey, listen, can you, let's not do that. If we prepare ahead of time, like I did in step 1, then we can minimize those things. And then secondly, let's work out some hand signals. So this is what I do. I normally tell a minister, I say, listen, if you have an issue with your wedge, just point down at it. If you have an issue with your microphone, just point at it and just give me hand signals, up, down. And if it's good, just give me this. If you're watching on YouTube, these are my hands. My hand signals are straight across for okay, for that's good, the level's good. Thumbs up for turn it up. Index finger for pointing down. Now you can do that because I'm watching the stage. As an engineer, first of all, as engineers, eyes on stage. I'm going to say it again. Eyes on the stage. Eyes on the stage. You're not on your iPhone. You're not going through your IG. You're not texting. You're not doing any of that. Eyes on the stage. So give us hand signals. Don't call us out from the pulpit, because what happens is This is what happens. If you're watching on YouTube, here we go. Everybody turns around. Like you just indicated there's a problem. So now people are like, what's the problem? Right? So if we say things like this, hey, can y'all hear me out there? If you're on stage, you can't tell if people can hear you, but you have to trust that they can. Okay, so let's do that. All right. Third, let us know what you prefer to use. If you're a guest minister, the information that we need as an engineer, I can speak for myself. It's like, what do you want to use? Handheld, lavalier. Did you bring a headset? Do you have a headset? In days of Corona, like you need, bring your own headset. And there's a definitely a few companies out there that provide different types of terminations for the different types of headsets. If you have to bring your own wireless system, bring your own wireless system. Whatever you need to do, let us know what you prefer to use. Let us know what you prefer to use, because that allows us to be better prepared when you show up. Okay, even if you're a minister at the church, if you're a minister at your church and you're not the lead pastor, but you do minister, let us know. Let's provide some information. Let me tell you what I do at my church. I have on our console channel strips dedicated to specific ministers, meaning that I have a channel strip library for a minister this, minister that, pastor this, minister that all I have to do is just select it. They're using a lavalier, here's a lavalier setting. They're using a headset, here's a headset setting. They're using a handheld, here's the handheld setting. So engineers, do yourself, if you have a digital console, use the console to your advantage. Create a library for all of the ministers or anyone who's speaking. Get a library, create a library for everyone. So this way you can utilize it to the best of your ability. So there you have it. Top 3 tips. Number 1, provide the stage requirements. And if you have someone that can sound check for you for ministering, please do that if you can't sound check. 2, don't call us out from the pulpit. Let's talk about some hand signals and create information inside the dialogue. You may be talking and say, and this and that, and just turn down a little bit, and this, so it's not so obvious. That's the best way to say it. And 3, let us know what you prefer. If you're a guest minister, let us know what you prefer. The more information, the better we can help. There you have it. Top 3 tips. Hey, before you get out of here, just do one thing. A couple of things. If you're listening to this on a podcast, subscribe, like, review. Please do that. That helps us tremendously. We have a lot of big goals that we've set for this year into the upcoming year. Please do that. If you're watching this on YouTube, please subscribe, hit the notification button, so this way when we go up. I'm gonna say it like I always say. What do I say? Can you say it with me? That's all right. Don't worry about it. I will see you in the Matrix.